I think the thing that was great tonight is, and we talked about this pre-game, is we obviously shot the ball really well last game. We didn't shoot the ball great tonight, but we stayed with it, and we weathered some storms and some runs that they made, obviously, and groups found their ways to be resilient and fight through that and get us back in the game. But our defense carried. I think we had 33 what we would call disruptions, like were deflections, steals, blocks. We were very active tonight, and that carried us throughout the whole game when teams are going to go on runs. And we didn't hit our shots, and we got a little sticky at times with the ball, and that caused some turnovers. But our defense stayed consistent, and that ran the day for us. So that was great. Got to win in some ways in different ways.
What also shifted defensively with Santi, because you guys pretty much shut him down in that second half and made it very difficult for him to score? I think he only had like 3 points in that second half.
He got out in transition a little bit, I thought, in the first half, got some easy baskets. When we played them play in the half court, our defense was really good. Some of our turnovers led to some of that runs that got them out in transition, but our half court defense was really solid tonight.
Coach, speaking of that defense, Alex had 6 blocks, career high for him. Can you speak to what you saw from his rim protection tonight and how it helped the effort on defense?
I think he's had 3, 4, and 6 in his last 3 games. That's why he's here. That's why we picked him, to anchor our defense. He was really active tonight, and he set the tone for us defensively, protecting the rim, multiple efforts. That's what he's here for, and he's growing, getting better with that. It was a terrific effort by him tonight.
And he didn't see much time on the floor there in the second half, I think, until about 6 or 7 minutes remaining in the fourth. Was that a restriction thing, or was there another personnel decision that you were making with that?
A little bit. This was a fast-paced game. This game was pretty fast-paced. We wanted to keep guys fresh for the end, and I think that helped us at the end.
With Alex and the way he's played so far this season, do you think that there's some buzz for him to be an all-star?
I think he's putting up those type of numbers personally, for where he ranks for centers in the Eastern Conference in terms of points, assists, blocks. He's doing up there with the top level with everybody. We would rank probably in the top 3 in all those categories, which is pretty high level for a guy in his second year. He's continuing to get better, and I know he just wants to keep pushing himself. That's what we're going to do with him every day, and we're seeing the growth on both ends of the floor, and he really impacted the game with his defense, and that was huge winning plays to him tonight. So, yes, I do. I think he's on track for that.
𝗙 with another solid game, and he had a team best plus 18. What has impressed you the most about his recent stretch of play, but especially tonight?
You can see that he knows how to get in spots and read the game to get his shot, either coming off pin downs or off-ball screening or pick and rolls. He has a knack for scoring and getting in the paint and making plays. I thought he was really good in the first half with that. I liked him with that starting unit. I liked what I saw. He's growing. I don't know how many games he's been back right now, but each game is a little bit better, a little bit more rhythm. I thought he had a terrific game tonight.
Coach, 8 guys with 10 or more points tonight. Is that the ideal kind of game you want to see from the offense?
We got a deep roster. Malachi came in, gave us great minutes tonight. Hadn't been in the rotation a lot. Got some extended minutes there in the second half. So we want to play, share the ball, move the ball. We don't want one guy to get 35 for us. That's not how we're built. So when we can stack up that double figures like that, that's a great way to play, and that's not even with a great shooting night. But yeah, that's a good thing for us.
And what's the biggest overall difference you've seen in the team, from the past 7 games versus the beginning of the season?
Just doing stuff more consistently. I think we had some good stretches early in the year, but they weren't as consistent as we're doing it now. And we're answering things when things aren't going well, being more resilient. I think that's a great quality to have in this league because I've said before, this league is tough. There's good players. Things are going to happen in the game, but we're answering the bell. And now tonight was a great example of that again. I think they went on like a 19-0 run. We answered the bell. Fourth quarter, the same guys were in. I didn't sub anybody out. Trusted those guys. Those guys got us back in the game. They cut it to 4, I think, at the end of the third. Then they got us the lead. And then we brought in the veteran guys down the stretch. Obviously, Chris made some big plays down the stretch, as he does. He's been doing that for a long time. But good, solid effort by everybody tonight.
Brian, how pleased were you with the free throw shooting, close game, and you guys go 24 out of 25?
Needed all of them tonight, right? Yeah, it was great.
And then just Justin Champagnie, his impact, 12 rebounds tonight. What can you say about that?
Elite. Great coaching, as I said, right? Great coaching by us. The guy's great at it. He's got a unique skill, right? 12. There he is right there. See, we're not taking credit for it. You get it done yourself, young fella. You got it, David.
Back to Alex, one of the things that y'all wanted to have him do is put more pressure on the rim offensively.
Yeah.
How is he coming along with that so far this season?
Yeah, you can see his distribution of shots is much changed, right? Way more at the paint, way more at the rim. I think he's getting fouled on some of those. He's attacking. Obviously, he got up some threes tonight, but it's a good balance to him this year. We want him to be aggressive. Like, he's putting pressure out there, and he's a load when he puts his head down and gets to that basket. So it's been a point of emphasis for him that he wanted to do, and us too, and he's showing great growth with us this year.
Defensively with him, one of the things that, especially for young bigs, is it's hard to defend without fouling. He seems like he's getting better at that. How do you see it in terms of where his hands are, and more importantly, what work he's doing before the ball goes in the paint?
This is why this stuff is great. He goes through a year last year where he has to line up against all the great centers and all the great guys, and we put him on everybody last year. And there's a learning curve to that. And now he's seeing this is Jackson for the third time now. And knowing when he can be physical, when he can get his hands off of, still learning, still growing, but he's understanding when he can be physical and when he can use his length at the rim. And that's a hard thing to learn, but you got to go through the fire, and then he's been through the fire. And he's getting better because of that.
I think it's been more so of a confidence thing with me with my jump shot. I missed a lot in the beginning of the season, and I'm trying to just start to get back used to just catching it and putting it up and being confident in my shot. Stay in the gym a lot and try to work on it. And my teammates still find me. My teammates still believe in me and trust in me, and they put a lot of confidence in me to go out there and go play my game. So it's been a big emphasis for me, and glad to see it start, finally coming through.
Sure. And there's this one pretty curious lineup. It's like this all-bench unit that keeps closing the third, starting the fourth, the last two games. What about that's working so well?
I think we kind of just, in that unit, just go out there and play as hard as we can on defense. Kind of let the defense dictate our offense. Get out and run, transition. We got a whole bunch of shooters, a whole bunch of great scorers. But, yeah, really on the defensive end, just be, really gritty and just make teams uncomfortable.
What's up, Justin?
Right.
Today you had a double-double, 10 points and 12 rebounds. Can you just take me through the mindset that you had towards the game today?
To start the game off, I was 0 for 3 at halftime, and I guess I just told myself do what you do, rebound the ball, play hard, play defense, and try to give your team the energy, and then just let the game find you. My teammates, they found me, and it kind of just opened up for me, and that's pretty much it in my head. The emphasis on the rebound for sure.
Correct. For your size and for your height, what's one thing, any advice that you would give people that's your size to go out there and do what you do?
Be relentless in your pursuit of the ball, I would say. A lot of times, I don't have a straight path to the glass or a straight path to the rebound, but I try to find little avenues to use my speed, my quickness, and my strength to my advantage, and then go grab the board. But definitely an undying pursuit to go get it. Yes, sir, brother.
JC, you guys won the rebounding battle by 12 tonight. That hasn't been the case a lot this season. What was different about the way that you guys played and what you guys were seeing from Memphis that allowed that to be the case?
Wait, say again?
What did you guys see from Memphis, and what were you guys doing differently that allowed you guys to win the rebounding battle so clearly?
I think knowing that they play a big lineup, with 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗢𝗪 and Jaren Jackson down there. So just put a body on them, hit them, and go get them. Everybody crashed the glass. Towards the end of the game, I know Trey and Bub was like, you three, you need bags, and we'll just go get it. And then they'll get back to start the transition. Because for, I think, a small part of the second quarter, they were getting out in transition a lot. So, just really just go in there and hit them and go get the board, to be honest.
Justin, you've always been good at rebounding, but if you look at your rebound rate, you're getting better and better year after year. Why do you think you continue to improve at the NBA level?
To be honest, I just tell myself, go get them. There's food on the table. I'm not going to be the one to let it just sit there. So I try to go out there and just, any way I can help the team, help them. And right now it's rebounding, so I'm going to continue to do that for them.
And how would you compare where you're at now to just a couple months ago, beginning of the season, where you were more so fighting for minutes?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling more confident, feeling more comfortable playing out there, getting back in the rhythm, getting back in the flow. And trying to just find more ways so I can impact the game, to be honest. I know my rebounding is the biggest way right now. Trying to just run into more peel screens, rock and rolls, get to the rim, shoot the open ones, try to just find the flow of the game back for myself and, be there for my teammates pretty much.
JC, how have you seen this team get better over the past 7 games compared to the beginning of the season?
I think we've put a large emphasis on our defense. I think our defense has picked up. I think that we're taking more pride in going out there and throwing the first punch rather than taking it. And our togetherness, I feel like, has become more, as the season goes on, we kind of know who does what and what's doing who. And we're just playing to our strengths. And everybody knows what their strength is and continue to play to it.
And with 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗖𝗓𝗪 and Sarr in the lineup together, how would you say overall that affects everything?
I mean, the two defensive menaces, if you ask me. Sarr down there blocking shots, BC on the ball. Definitely raises the level of intensity for us, and we all eat off that.
Justin, going back to that bench unit that finishes the third and starts the fourth, it's not the largest lineup, especially with the size that Memphis can deploy. What allows you guys to play, even yourself, as you've mentioned, play bigger than you guys are, but put yourselves in positions to try and find advantages, especially when you have to score?
Can you repeat that one again? My bad. I kind of lost it.
No, you're good. With the size difference that second unit stretch has,
Yeah.
with the size that they can deploy, how do you guys play bigger than you are, especially knowing you have to put offense on the board as well, not just relying on that defense?
I think it's tough playing bigger than me. For me, it's tough playing bigger than what I am. But I think that it's just like a mindset. Like, it's a shift in your mindset where it's like, you're not the biggest or strongest person on the court, and we all know that. Like, that second unit is pretty small outside of bags. It's just a mindset. Go in there and go fight. Like, we can't be the unit to go in there and let the game loose. Give it up pretty much. So we always tell each other when we get in here, and it's bench mob. Like, we got to come in here and bring that fight and bring that dog with us. And I pride myself on bringing that. So I think that as a unit, we do a pretty good job at going in there and throwing that first punch, especially with that second unit.
This is a theoretical question, but if everybody knows that you can get minutes in the NBA by playing defense, and that defense helps win games, why is it so hard, especially for young guys, to lean into playing defense?
I think for young guys coming out of college, it's probably more hard because they're coming from a situation where they were the man, or like they were, relied on to score a lot. And the NBA is a completely different game. Like, you got guys on the other side of the ball that can go get 40, 50 points if they really want to. And it's tough when you're young. I went through that when I was young, when I was in Toronto and whatever. But it's just a mindset shift. Of like, once you figure it out and know, like, if I could do this out there, I'll get more minutes, and then my game can open up completely. I think guys will get it quicker, for sure.
What turned the light on for you in Toronto?
I had a few setbacks in my career, so that pretty much, kind of turned the light on for me, in that not every day is not given, you know what I'm saying? It's earned. So when I get in the game, it's like, do I want to go back or do I want to stay where I'm at? And that's just my thought process of, like, I'm not giving nothing that I earned, I'm not giving it back. So I'm just going to go out there and play my hardest every single day.
I think we really put an emphasis on our defense. Knowing that's what's going to help us, whether we have a great shooting night like last game or a night where we're not shooting great like tonight. Making sure that that's the thing that can get us over the hump.
And how, with you and 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗪𝗪 in the lineup together, how does that kind of change the game for this team?
I think just our length, our activity, just watching film, me and him. Coach really told us that, we can be special defensively, and, we really just got to put our hat on that and really lock in on that hand.
Alex, career high 6 blocks for you. You picked up 3 very early. How would you describe your defensive performance tonight?
I think it was pretty good. I think you clean up stuff, coming after my teammates, are walling up, so I can, just jump and clean the ball up at the rim. It was pretty good.
The shot blocking, is there a rhythm to it? Are there some games where you feel like you have the timing more than others?
I feel like it really just the opportunities that you get to block the shots. I feel like some games there's less layups. Some games there's more layups, so more chance to block shots.
Hey, Alex. The two-man game between you and Trey Johnson led to a few easy buckets in the first quarter. What's working about that?
Yeah, Trey has a lot of gravity. he has that midi pull-up that teams respect, so they don't know really where to commit to me or Trey. So that's been good for us, and I feel like we're just tapping that really. Like we haven't been doing a ton of that, but it's definitely gonna be something important for us in the future.
Sure. And with the amount of ball handles that you've gotten to watch develop as shooters and passers in your year and a half with the Wizards, how has their development changed your role within the team's offense?
What do you mean?
Getting more options between guys who can get you the ball or space the floor. Like, how's your job become easier or different?
Yeah, I feel like we have a lot of guys that, like I said, like have gravity. Like you have CJ. So like coming off of ball screens, I just really gotta like run and make myself available, and they'll find me or find the open man in the corner. So it really helps.
Ouais, Alex, félicitations. 6 contre ce soir. Au dernier match, Bilal, il a dit que la saison dernière, tu avais un peu plus de mal enfin, tu avais un peu peur de monter au contre par peur de te faire dunker dessus et que tu avais beaucoup progressé dessus cette année. Est-ce que tu confirmes ça?
Je pense que j'ai progressé. Après, je sais pas si j'avais vraiment peur de me faire dunker dessus, mais j'ai progressé au contre. Voilà, le timing, de savoir quand y aller, quand pas y aller. Et voilà, essayer de jouer un peu soit le contre ou bien aller au rebond, mais ouais, je pense que moi, le fait que je suis plus physique, j'ai l'impression que je peux peut-être sauter plus haut, ça m'aide aussi.
Et il y a des jeunes de Courbevoie qui sont venus voir Bilal pour ce match-là. Est-ce que vous arrivez, même si votre quotidien va 2000 à l'heure et tout, est-ce que vous arrivez à vous rendre compte que vous inspirez quand même des jeunes, que ce soit dans votre ville d'origine ou même en France tout court?
Je pense un peu, mais après, voilà, comme tu as dit, c'est vrai que ça va très vite, les matchs ils s'enchaînent, donc on se rend vraiment pas bien compte, mais quand on se met à leur place, comme on était avant la NBA, tout simplement, juste des fans qui regardent, c'est sûr que oui, c'est important, et ça inspire, comme nous, on s'est fait inspirer par, on a été inspiré par voilà, les Boris Diaw et 𝗍𝗢𝗨, de voir voilà, des joueurs français. Je suis sûr que voilà, ça inspire une nouvelle génération.
Me? Oh, sorry. Alex, how has the last year plus of experience, getting stronger, watching tape, allowed you to grow defensively in terms of, especially without fouling defensively?
Yeah, I think it made me a lot better. Just the fact that I was out there a lot in my rookie year, getting a lot of minutes, seeing like a lot of different coverages and making mistakes and being able to play through them. And I still make mistakes, but just going back, watching film, having coaches, teammates that hold me accountable, and me knowing what I can do better, I feel like that just allows me to really like get better defensively.
Are there moments where it's where it feels more like a flow as opposed to this is our specific coverage in this specific instance, where you just kind of know what the other team is going to probably try to attack you with?
I feel like at first quarter, it's definitely like you already know kind of what's coming, but then when it's a lot of fast breaks, it's more kind of the flow. You knowing the personnel, like you might end up being matched up with someone that's like a point guard or something, and you got to know what to do. So it's really the flow of the game, I'll say.
Alex, one of the big differences from year one to year two for you has been your efficiency inside the paint. What is the adjustments you've made that have helped there?
I would say just going more. I will say like I feel like I'm shooting more volume from inside the paint than last year, and that allowed me to get better at it. Like doing that more in practice, more in the games. So so I know what to do in those situations, and I feel like I'm still growing it. Like I gotta learn a lot of stuff from today about how I want to attack my matchups, and I feel like just making mistakes, playing through it. That's what allowed me to get better, really.
Do you feel like your touch has improved from your rookie year?
I think it definitely did with just the amount of reps. It definitely did, yeah.
The organization has been making a push for you to be an all-star this season, so I'm going to give you a chance to say it. Why do you think you should be an all-star? What's the case for Alex Sarr?
I mean, I don't really, I don't really have a vote. All I know is that, the first thing is winning, and that's something that we're all focused on, and that's going to be the first step in me or anyone for the team to get any accolades is, us winning, and we're taking steps that way right now.
This is the first time you and the team have won back-to-back games since March 15th of last season. How does it feel, and what are the vibes overall in the locker room right now?
it feels good. You know, we're happy. I think we could have closed the game better, but we're just happy that we got the win. It's been quite a little bit of time, and you know, we're just happy and trying to keep that momentum going for us and get it going for the next game tomorrow.